Hello everyone. Nice that you are back again. I would be happy if you would honor my work a little and leave me a like. Thank you for that. Please also subscribe to my channel, and turn on the reminder in YouTube, so you do not miss a video from me. After introducing you to the Intrepid 5, a 4x5-inch large format camera, a few days ago, I would now like to show you ways to use roll film with your camera. Your camera has to accept international or Graflex backs. I myself use backs from Horseman. They are robust, durable, and you can buy them for different sizes used at a relative low price. I'll show you how to use the magazines for 6x7 and 6x9, and tell you a little story about the Agfachrome RS, which also has a supporting roll in this video. Both magazines contain exposed film. This must be removed first. There is a small note in the memo holder. This tells me which film is in the magazine. In this case, an Agfachrome RS. After the last exposure, you have to transport the film further, so that the paper, which serves as a light shield, is completely wrapped around the film. This way it is protected from light. To do this, use the tension lever at least 8 more times after the last exposure. To open the film back, move the silver sliding knob from position L, locked, to position O, open. You can then open the film back. The spool is released from the film holder by pressing down gently, and can then be easily removed. To prevent the film roll from unrolling by itself, you must moisten the protruding paper tab, and stick it to the film roll. Yes, I have always licked the paper tab for almost 40 years. The slide film exposed here had an expiration date of October 1989. At that time, I was in my first apprenticeship as a photo retailer at Photo Brel in Bonn. I haven't practiced this profession for more than 30 years, but I can still remember a story about the Agfa professional films. Agfa paid 50 pfennigs for every Agfa professional film sold, regardless of whether it was color negative or slide film. That was a lot of money back then, especially for an apprentice. And of course, we sold this film in large quantities. To my credit, however, I have to say that I didn't do this just for the money. No, I also used these films privately. As you may have seen, the film has the processing node AP44 on it. This is the same development process as E6, except that Agfa chemistry was used for AP44. To load a new film, move the spool from the left to the right side of the film magazine. As before, it is simply released by pressing down and then removed from the film magazine. To load, insert the film spool again by pushing it down into the take-up spool holder. Now the question is which film I want to expose in 6x9 format? I think I will go for the Kodak Ektar 100 color negative film. I love sniffing open film packs. Is that an addiction? Here you can see the excellent color negative film Ektar 100 from Kodak. Before inserting the film, it is important that you remove the adhesive strip completely, so that no pieces of it can get into the film magazine. Sorry. My camera stopped recording. Unfortunately, I didn't notice this. I was so busy with the film and the film magazine that I didn't pay attention to the camera at all. But anyway, I got another try with the Horseman 6x7 film back. Sorry. For this, I will show you on the 6x9 film back how to transport the film after you have taken a picture. To do this, you have to push this small button in the direction of the frame counter after the exposure. This unlocks the transport mechanism, and you can transport the film one frame further by pushing the film lever once and half. After that, the film transport is locked again until you unlock it again as just described. The current image number will be displayed in the window. The film must also be removed from the 6x7 roll film magazine first. Feel free to look at the procedure again. However, it is no different from the procedure you have already seen for the other film magazine. After removing the exposed film, I insert an Ilford XP2400 Super to the 6x7 film magazine. Yummy, once again licked glue. On the film you can still see various details. On the one hand, that the film is exposed, on the other hand, that this film is to be developed in the C41 process. You can also see the film name, and the film length, 120. To load a new film, move the spool from the left to the right side of the film magazine. As before, it is simply released by pressing down and then removed from the film magazine. This film should also have been thrown into chemistry 1.5 years ago. But by storing it in the refrigerator, I was able to preserve the properties of the emulsion for sure. Before inserting the film, it is important that you remove the adhesive strip completely, so that no pieces of it can get into the film magazine. The film must be positioned correctly, so that the inside, black paper side, of the backing paper faces you. To load, insert the film spool again by pushing it down into the take-up spool holder. Guide the backing paper over the left roll, and over the right roll. Place the foremost end of the backing paper in the slot of the take-up spool. Turn the film transport lever until the arrow on the backing paper appears in the open window. Replace the carrier in the rear cover. Close the cover and lock it. Make sure the dark slide is in place before transporting the film to the first frame. Turn the transport lever 6 to 7 turns until it stops. The first image is now in position, and the frame counter window shows 1. You will feel resistance when the film is transported to the first frame. How is the film transported after shooting? You have to push this small button in the direction of the frame counter after the exposure. This unlocks the transport mechanism, and you can transport the film 1 frame further by pushing the film lever once and half. After that, the film transport is locked again until you unlock it again as just described. Please use the memory holder, so you know which film is in which magazine. If necessary, you can also make handwritten notes, if the outer packaging of the film is no longer available. Now I have actually stained my table with Sharpie. Anyway, what I do not do everything for a video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.